So let's dive into the VSL body. It starts right away with testimonials. They're on the talk show and she's like interviewing these people. This is probably a paid thing, but that's how the VSL starts, and it builds authority and interest right away. This person was 100 pounds overweight. It's demoralizing. They tried other solutions. So notice this is the whole problem buildup, right? I had this big problem. This is the emotion. It was demoralizing. I tried the other solutions. Nothing worked. I tried the restrictive eating. It didn't work. I had a demanding job. So it's just building up this huge tension, this huge problem. That's how we dive in right away. And then immediately we pivot to the dream outcome. And here's me after. So it's like a before and after. It's not the same person. I'm not looking at the same person. Those first 2 weeks, I lost 7.5 pounds, then 11, then 10. It's been 10 pounds a month. So it just goes straight from the problem into the dream outcome. This is one of the most effective ways to hook attention if you can do this in a way that's believable. If your problem and then your dream outcome are extreme with no foundation, it's hard. But in this case, they're on a talk show, so it's definitely believable to see this. And we start with the overwhelming emotions. They're going to negative to positive and adding curiosity of how she did this. So the world needs to hear her story. I sat down with her face-to-face on PBS, so not CBS, PBS. And then rapid fire benefits, secondary benefits from the dream outcome. So she's doing the 21-day program. This is building curiosity. We still have no idea what they're talking about, but it's some kind of program. It leads to rapid weight loss, and it works for people who are in a deep hole with the problem. The results were immediate. The energy level, the increase was phenomenal, 100 pounds later. Now, was it hard to follow my plan? That's going to be the first objection, right? That comes up. If you're believing in it, you're desiring it. The next question is, does this work for me? And is it going to be possible? Is it hard to do? It's not hard at all. The ease and convenience was perfectly fit into my very busy and demanding life. So even though it's a dialogue, this is really copy. This is all scripted. The ease and convenience fit into my very busy and demanding life. So it's essentially saying the ease and convenience of this can fit into your busy and demanding life. It's sustainable. You look beautiful, incredible. Then we add some proof and weight to the testimonial. Her weight loss transformation was so inspiring that Women's Magazine featured her right on the cover. Again, more proof. Oh, this is what I wanted to mention. So this is for women, right? The doctor's a woman. The people who are coming on are women. It's weight loss, which is generally women. So you'll notice it's not as much of the scientific proof side. So when you're selling hearing aids or you're selling some kind of pain relief product, it's more of a masculine audience and they want information. Weight loss is a completely emotional thing. It's a deeply emotional problem. So you have to sell to the emotion, and in this case with women, even more so. So they're using the social proof, right? Because oftentimes women want to outsource just subconsciously to an authority. So they're having PBS, they have Women's Magazine, they have a doctor. So it's a lot of these proof elements specific for women. So they know their audience, they're talking specifically to one type of people. And it's probably women, middle-aged, US with weight problems. So a huge market, of course, and they know who they're talking to, and it's all targeted to them. I still can't believe it. I was struggling with my weight for years. If you would have asked this version of me if I'd end up on a national magazine cover, I would have said no way. And I'm a cover girl. So it's, we're bouncing back and forth between how bad her problem was with her weight gain to this dream outcome. And it ties this dream outcome to the success of it, to the method and the strategy. We're not talking about any product, we're not getting specific, but it's all thanks to Dr. Kellyanne's strategy. And it also adds reassurance and proof that it'll work for you. So it worked when nothing else worked. Right now, we're still building it up. We're adding in a lot of these objection handlings and benefits. I'm confident it could work for you too. It's a journey. I was hitting these brick walls. Drew, I was 450 pounds. That's crazy. To get to the point where you don't have a scale to weigh you. Or you've tried for years to get rid of the excess baggage like Jada. So we do have a man in there. I needed to lose weight, or you want to lose a few pounds, regain your energy, take back your life like I did. So Dr. Kellyanne herself, just like Gundry, has a personal story with this issue. So if you know, Gundry was overweight, he had health problems, and then he solved it using the solution mechanism that they sell. And this is the same thing. So later in the VSL, Dr. Kellyanne explains how she used this method to lose her own weight. My waist was thicker than it had ever been. My hair was thinner. There's no other way of putting it. I was a red hot mess. I needed to take out the trash and get my life back. So as I just mentioned, Stefan, go ahead.
Yeah, so I had a quick question about the proof elements in this VSLs and just VSLs in general. I know a bunch of you guys do drop shipping. How do you guys come up with these authority figures / like these proof elements if you're running an offer for the first time?
So I'll tell you the ethical way to do it, the right answer, and then I'll tell you the way that you shouldn't do it, but to give all the information. Most people just fake the authority figure. So you make an avatar that looks like a doctor and you say, this is Dr. Brown. He's an expert in the field. And then you have fake testimonials. And then that's what most offers do. And then like the right way to do it, if you're doing it like Dr. Kellyanne, is you find an actual authority figure, a physical therapist, like neuro. It doesn't have to be some famous doctor, but you find someone through LinkedIn usually, and you just do outreach. You bring them on for a deal, and they're your speaker. So that adds proof right away. And then for testimonials, you can just do post-purchase requests for testimonials in exchange for a gift card or a discount code, and customers will send it to you. And then you can have some freedom on how you frame those testimonials. Another way to do it that's kind of in between. So if you don't have this big brand or cash flow to hire an authority figure, but you also want to have some legitimacy to it, you can take studies about the problem or the product, not your specific product, but if you're selling a red light therapy device, you can take scientific studies about red light therapy and use that as proof, right? Because you're validating your mechanism, you're giving proof for your mechanism. You can also take success stories of people who have used, again, the mechanism, not the product itself. So if people have had great success with red light therapy, you can share that. You don't say you did it with our product, but you say this is their success with red light therapy. So you can use testimonials of the mechanism. So those types of studies and testimonials are available on the internet, right? Because these are big mechanisms: red light therapy, massage therapy, EMS. That's another way to do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So the hero suffers from the same problem. She learned the secret way. So figure it out, then be an example. So yeah, well, this is the whole hero's journey. Figure it out yourself and then be an example. So she went to work. You have many pathways in your body, channels and gates, all this stuff. At this time, it's showing the 3D animation of the inside of the body. It hints at a unique mechanism and underlying root cause. So I lost 15 pounds, 4 inches in just 3 weeks. I feel better now in my 50s than in my 40s. What did I do? A simple tool. It removes obstacles and it makes the road easier for myself so I can reach my goals. It's a simple plan that fit into my lifestyle, the one thing I could depend on. So this is what I always call the one thing effect. This is a great type of open loop. This is the one thing that got me to reach my goals. This is the one thing that removed the obstacles. It builds a huge open loop and it builds a lot of desire. Because think about it, if you're bought into this and you're curious, you have desire, you want to know what the one thing is. Like this is the whole core of what everything's built on. So it's a very effective open loop. I'm Dr. Kellyanne. So this is where the VSL body begins. So everything above this is the lead and they're swapping this out and they're testing different stuff. Now we get to the VSL body. Let me just delineate that. So this is what's not going to change. This is going to stay the same. So this is an authority figure intro, Dr. Kellyanne, board certified naturopathic doctor specializing in nutrition and weight loss. The last step doc. I see people of every size succeed, no matter what their situation, no matter what they've tried before. So this is like really speaking to the target audience, because in weight loss, they've tried everything. They really are on the last step, but like for years. And then the doctor comes in and said, I can help people no matter what they've tried. So there's a promise and an open loop to draw you in. Every time you give, you also want to take attention. So we give information, like this is who I am, I'm the authority figure. And then you want to take the attention back with an open loop. Because if you keep giving, you lose them and they're going to just feel bored. But if you keep just bringing them in and they're not getting anything, they're gonna lose interest. So we want to give information about the person and then open the loop. I'll show you the technique. And I'm gonna show you the waist slimming technique that worked for me. My patients, my celebrity clients, that's more proof, and hundreds of thousands. So this is all a ton of proof, social proof. Remember Drew, please welcome the new and improved Pam and Drew. So how's life different? So again, testimonial. Right after a claim, I've helped all these people. Here's an example. I feel like I'm 29. They were able to transform their bodies with the help of weight loss expert Dr. Kellyanne. As you can see from my hair, I've been helping people shed unwanted pounds. My hair. Big promise disguised as a simple explanation. So what's the key to losing the weight? And it's framed as an interview. Even though this is all scripted and her team paid for this, it's framed as an interview on PBS. What's the key to losing the weight? They can ask her. And then she can innocently answer. It's a plan that supports you in your goals. Something easy, something that works, something you can lean on, no matter where you are, how you got there. If you're looking for a change, this is your ticket. This is some powerful copy, but you don't have to take my word for it. Again, a lot of these testimonials, it's really built in. And the testimonials aren't just, I had this problem and I solved it. It goes deep into the emotional real life side of the problem and then the emotional real life benefits of solving the problem. So Kristen was a busy stay-at-home mom. She had 3 young boys. As she was getting ready for a date with her husband, everything came crashing down. Her husband oh Jesus, he got sick and he passed away from pneumonia. It was very quick and unexpected. At the time, the twins were 7, so she has little kids. This is an intense story. She got a job as a congressional aide, and another blow. Her son's, oh my God, diagnosed with a potentially life-threatening genetic condition. Well, this is a sad story, but like this is how you want your testimonials to be. 2 of them were at risk. They had open heart surgery back to back within a day of each other. So this is like really a nightmare story. Builds tension. This is really bringing attention, and women really give their attention to crisis. So this is bringing the target audience, makes viewers identify with the speaker, higher stakes, and more need to keep watching. So the stress layer on top of the work layer, on top of the grief layer, was kind of putting her over the edge, and her weight skyrocketed. Like many of us that have been through personal trauma and gained weight, the years passed, but the pounds, they stayed on no matter what she did. It's very relatable to this market. She tried all the weight loss stuff, the injections. I had success, but the minute you step away from restrictive eating, it all comes back. Now she's reaching rock bottom. There's nothing working. She's suffering and everything collapses. She got a big wake-up call. The day before her late husband's birthday, she stopped at a store to buy balloons, and then she fell to the ground. She tore her ACL, needing surgery. At a rock bottom, the hero discovers the miracle. So her boys are now grown. They had to take care of her for months. They were faithful, they were helpful. And she wanted to give the kids the gift of a healthy me. So this is like a hero's journey purpose. She started researching, and that's when she found Dr. Kellyanne. It was just like an answer to a prayer. So this is like a classic hero's journey. She's going into rock bottom, and then she finds the person who's gonna help her. And then we leave it off there. Wow, so we leave it off at the cliffhanger. What happens next? We don't know. We're gonna switch to a different testimonial. Mother of 3 boys, oldest son 20, they love bowling. She was 278 pounds, that's pretty big. I couldn't walk far, the feet would hurt, my ankles would hurt, I would get tired, huffing and puffing. Excuse me for 1 second, okay. Where were we? She's huffing and puffing. I always have to take a break. She has to withdraw. Instead of having fun with her friends, she canceled trips to see them. So it's emotional, it's getting into the personal side, the lifestyle side. I don't feeling like the big girl of the trip, the group. I didn't feel like walking on a plane. People secretly say, I hope she doesn't have the seat beside me. I'm sorry for laughing, but this is ridiculous. I didn't want to try to squeeze into a seat. I've had that before when you see someone really big come, and there's nothing wrong with those kind of people, but you're like, fuck, I hope this person's not sitting next to me. I got tired of asking for a seat extender. Hurts your feelings, makes you feel discouraged. Absolutely. In all these testimonials, the hero has tried everything. So the hero in each testimonial is a different person. And then in the overarching hero's journey, it's Dr. Kellyanne that's the hero. But in each one, you can notice that it's the same path. She has this horrible problem, all the personal side of it. She's trying other solutions, nothing is working, and then they reach rock bottom. And then we don't see yet what comes after that, but we'll see. Jada had been concerned about her weight since a teen. She tried the diet, she tried Weight Watchers, she tried keto. So everything that the target market believes is an alternative solution, they've already tried it. Trainers, the gym. She was exasperated. Give me a picture of your life now. Well, not now in the moment, now like in that point of the story. In one word, slow, sluggish, no energy, no motivation, mentally, physically, emotionally, it's tough. So this is really bringing the energy into a much more tense energy. So this is something you don't want to overdo. These testimonials are intense, but you know, we bounce back afterwards. But this is how you bring attention down. You bring attention in by bringing it down and then bringing it back up. And then you're holding their attention for ransom, their emotions, the viewer. I would say that's probably the number one thing that I hear. I wake up and it's like I never went to bed. I'm tired. So many disappointments. She felt frustrated and lost. And this is subtly, every testimonial is saying to the viewer, if you're this person, this can happen for you too. This can work for you too. Because most of the people who are watching this have not been in such an extreme situation as these testimonials. And certainly they don't think about it in such a vivid, negative way. So this is like, this person's worse than you and they succeeded. The solution I'm hinting at can work for you. So where can I get started? How can I get started? A lot of people want to be up here. I need someone that's going to meet me down here and it can build up. So she's saying she wants to meet someone who's like down and tried everything, and then she wants to help them out. That's why she's the last step doctor. She's the last one that you go to, because what she has works. It's people like you. I understand where Jada was coming from. When you tried everything, it can feel like you're stuck in a dark tunnel, but I knew I had what I needed. The right tool to bring in the light in the tunnel, just like Peter Kell likes to say. It's the one thing, once again, that I like to recommend to everyone. The one thing that won't let you down, because it was my lifeline. This is Dr. Kellyanne talking. In my 40s, I was stuck in the dark, gaining weight, didn't feel well. You don't know what to do. You don't know where to turn. It's a really bad place to be. So up until now, we've just been doing different versions of problem agitation and building up the problem. right? Which simultaneously builds the desire to solve it, but it makes the problem more and more real. The problem that they're feeling that's kind of with them day to day, we bring it up to the surface, we make it conscious. That's where we can create desire in them. The only thing that anybody could tell me was, well, you're in your 40s. So it builds kind of this enemy that, you know, this is just how it is. You're in your 40s, this is what's going to happen. And it calls out the common problems, age or genetics, that doctors would tell her that. It's one solution. So she tries one solution and it kind of works, but it's not good enough. This is very common. This is how you can start to ease a little bit of that tension. I tried something, it worked a little bit, but it wasn't good enough. Gundry MD has the same pattern. Miami MD has the same pattern. And it implies that later you're going to get the full benefits of this one solution without the hassle. This is often what they do. This solution works, but it's expensive and it's hard. So it's like if you're doing skincare, yeah, I got this clinical red light therapy treatment. It worked pretty well, but it was thousands of dollars and I had to go every month. So you have the desire for the outcome, but you want to avoid all the weight that comes with it. And then later in the VSL, they're going to say, well, we found a way to package it into a product that's cheap. You can use it from home and you still get the same benefits. So they got great results on the paleo diet, a lifestyle based on eating lean meats, vegetables, and healthy fats. The thing is, it can be so strict that it doesn't work for everyone. So I knew I needed to find a plan, a better plan, a simpler plan that anyone could follow and still eat all the foods. So this diet stuff can work, but it's too hard to be sustainable and it doesn't work for everyone. The audience likes to hear that, the viewers. My experience made it clear that protein was a good place to start, especially for weight loss. Before you run out and get a bunch of protein bars and shakes, that's not the way to get good protein. So this is also what they do. This is what, for example, Miami MD or Beverly Hills MD will say, like collagen, but don't go to the store or Amazon to buy it. That's not the right kind. Kind of high-powered protein that will help you lose weight. You need the right amount, and then you'll shed pounds and keep them off. So this is kind of the solution mechanism. This is part of it. High-powered protein, a special type of protein. Building up to the core solution with little benefits and solutions. It actually works. It gives you energy. The process removes obstacles. So now we're in the upswing, right? We're on the upward side of the hero's journey. We took them really deep with these really intense testimonials and the problem agitation. Now we're going to bring them out. We're starting to give them hope, benefits, excitement, desire, and we're going to channel all of that onto our product. So you can imagine we've been on a crazy emotional journey and all of that energy is going to be channeled onto the product, creating desire. So instead of feeling hungry and deprived, we're full and satisfied. How much do I need? Multiply your weight by 0.36. Average woman weighs 165 pounds. I didn't know that. She needs 59.4 grams of protein. She's not talking about bacon and burgers. She's talking about a different kind of protein. So again, it's the one thing. I do love a good burgers, but there's one thing. There's a high-powered protein that I eat every single day that helps me stay slim with radiant skin. Continues building up this one thing. And that's not all. This thing fuels my tiger energy and helps me sleep. I found it in my research. When I connected the dots, I saw it popping up all over the world. Japan, France, Korea, in the Caribbean. I kept coming across this. So this is this one thing. It has this whole backstory. She's seeing it all over the world and it gets all these benefits for you. So this is building a lot of desire. Remember, we took them all the way down. This one thing is the light at the end of the tunnel. They said something that perked my ears up. They brought it into hospitals. Why is this not on the table anymore? So it builds up the minor benefits by selling the aspects and the ingredients. So this is definitely something that you can do in your VSLs. The high-powered protein, collagen, and glycine. So it's not selling the product, it's not selling the solution, it's selling the things inside of it from a neutral perspective. Just like how Gundry will say, you know, this chemical XYZ can give you energy, can lead to weight loss, can lead to mental clarity. So he's not selling his product, he's literally just giving you scientific facts, but they're absorbed as benefits and desire and creating desire. So collagen and glycine, high-powered protein could be the next level, stacking the deck, if you will. Collagen has the benefits of protein. It keeps you satisfied and full while reducing cravings and overeating. It can also perk up tired skin. Then there's glycine, an amino acid that supports your metabolism. Research suggests it stimulates fat loss and it helps you sleep better. Protein, collagen, and glycine together in one golden power food sounded exactly like what this doctor ordered, but I needed to update it to fit our modern lifestyle so that I could help as many people as possible. So she finds the solution, but it's not perfect yet. This is a similar theme. This is how we keep them in there. So we're building the desire first for just like the high-powered protein. So you want it, but you want more. Then we have all these ingredients and you want it, but we'll give you more. So that by the time you get to the final product, there's so much desire. I mean, compare that to if we had just introduced the bone broth, way higher up in the VSL, it would not have as much power. So first she tested out herself in different ways, 1 cup a day, 2 cups a day. This is going to be such an incredible tool for wellness, to restore, to revitalize. She did the trial and error. She handled that all of herself, so you don't have to. She found the winning combination. Her waist started to shrink, her skin was glowing, her sleep became restful, and best of all, she got that tiger energy back. Let's go. Flood of benefits, building desire and visualization in the viewer. I couldn't believe I was sleeping at night. I couldn't believe the energy I had. The night saved my skin. Like, that happened very fast for me. I started feeling like me again, a new and improved version. So she's getting all these benefits. The hero, she solves it, right? That's the fulcrum, the core of the story. She solves it. Now she's going to help everyone who solves it. So she had her patients try it. The results were incredible. With the new power food, they were able to, number one, reduce hunger, curb cravings, and feel satisfied. So notice she doesn't say directly that they're able to lose weight. More secondary benefits, removes obstacles, makes everything easier. She removed the obstacles, so shedding pounds and keeping them off became easier. She's not saying the product will do that for you. It's an indirect benefit. People were loving, and that's important because in the weight loss market, one, it's going to build skepticism if you make direct claims, and two, it's not really compliant. People were loving the added perks, the pep, the smoother skin, the restful slumber. I can't tell you which is the best. Of course, everyone wants to lose weight and look great, but it's a lot to even just have energy in the morning. Again, she's not saying you're going to lose weight. It's indirect. Notice, everybody wants to lose weight. It's just a statement, but it's tied to the previous message. So it's implying you're going to lose weight using this product. It's a lot to be able to sleep through the night. So the proof elements that hit hard, the body has natural healing mechanism and the solution aligns with that. So this is a very effective way to support. This is another type of proof, by the way. When you give your body what it really needs, it's against natural law for you not to become transformed. So when you connect your solution to something they already know and accept and believe, you take the credibility from what they already know and you attach it to your product. So everyone knows that, the body has its natural process and it works well. So you can fix it using our product, and then, the two come together and you get the benefit from it. So it's not putting all the pressure on, look, our product is so good. It's saying, well, it works well because your body is so good and it brings out the best in your body. So this is how I like to do my claims in my VSLs, explaining how it enhances the natural abilities of the body. So a large study in 3 cities. These women are from all different areas of life, different chemical makeups, different mindsets, and it's working for everyone. That's when I knew this was going to be something far greater than I realized. So now we're really getting to it. We're getting to the product. I couldn't keep this life-changing information to myself. So she found it, she resolved her problem, and now she wants to share it with the world. And that's her purpose, right? There's always a purpose. She's not here to sell you a product. She's here to share the life-changing information, because to not do so would feel unethical. So more proven credibility building before we make the offer and the pitch. So I got to work. I wrote a New York Times best-selling book, and I'm glad I did it. My program was a game changer. It was just what people like Kristen needed. The thing I had been searching for was all of a sudden there. It was the epiphany and a deep place of gratitude. This is like the celebration of resolving the problem. She got what she wanted, and now she's going to give it to the world. So we're taking them through the whole emotional journey. It's like literally everything you're looking for all in one place. This is like the miracle. More testimonials. So now we're going to resolve. Remember, we left a lot of those testimonials off on cliffhangers where the women were just in rock bottom. Now we're going to resolve it. So Kristen, I believe this is the one who tore her ACL. She felt the effects immediately. She lost 7.5 pounds, then 13 pounds, then 11.5, then 10, essentially been 10 pounds a month. And isn't it great? Because it's not just about taking anything away, it's about adding something. So it's taking away that skepticism. Am I going to have to restrict myself? Do I have to give anything up? No, do your thing. Just add this in and it's going to work. Within 3 months, she lost over 50 pounds. Emotional power of the benefits. She can't, and now she's going to speak. I cannot find the words to tell you how I feel. I'm sorry I teared up a little bit. People will say great, good, wonderful, but it's more than that. I feel refreshed. I feel amazing. So now, just as bad as it was on the way down, that's how good it's going to be on the way back up. It's not just the weight loss. It's not just the last anymore. Not having to ask for a belt extender, that's tough. But instead, clicking my seatbelt, I'm more confident, I'm more comfortable. You look gorgeous. That was just the beginning. Wait till you hear how many more pounds Jada and Kristen have dropped. And don't think for a minute they're alone. I lost over 25 pounds. I lost 26 pounds. I'm down to, so it's flashing different testimonials. I'll be 72 next month and I feel better than I did at 60. Word of my high-powered protein spread, and top news shows like Good Morning America wanted to know more. So now she's another, talk show. She's doing all of this through testimonials and talk shows and interviews. Detoxify, nourish, restore your body. Helps you become what I call a natural fat burner. This is great for cravings and crashes. I've seen changes unbelievable. Using my techniques, hundreds of thousands have uncovered their sexy figure, their radiant skin, and their vibrant energy. I've seen people from all walks of life shed pounds and keep them off. The key is this protein-rich liquid gold. This is the one thing, the one big thing, and we're about to get access to it. It's an ancient superfood. It's updated and reimagined to fit the modern time. It's her life's work and her commitment to you. My home style bone broth, a natural, premium whole food that helps trim down, refresh, and restore. So her book became a huge hit. She drank collagen every day. I'm a huge bone broth lover. I'm double fisting it to Hollywood's A-listers like Salma Hayek, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Halle Berry. It's not just the ladies. Mark Wahlberg, Ryan Seacrest, Mario Lopez. I mean, think about the middle-aged women who are watching this. They know these names big time. This is their thing. This is their world. She's the bone broth queen. And they're all drinking bone broth to help them look smoking hot. So all of that tension, all of that, dark, negative energy is now being resolved and focused on this one thing, bone broth. So this is a huge amount of psychological energy that's being focused onto this. She found a shortcut, she can have it ready in just minutes. But let's back up. What makes bone broth so special? So now we're building it up, the unique mechanism. In this case, what's special, what's exclusive about this is how it's made. This is similar to if you're familiar with Dr. Marty's Pets. It's not just pet food made from, meats and vegetables. They make it in a specific way. They freeze dry it, they cold cut it, whatever it is that you can't get anywhere else. Because they don't want to build up all these benefits just to have you go on Amazon and say, oh, I have all these benefits and desire, I'm going to give it to this company. They want to be the only one who can give them to you. So they extract the proteins, everything needs to be slimmed down. The bones with vegetables, apple cider vinegar, 18 hours, magic happens. The nutritional nuggets locked inside the bones are released, naturally infusing the liquid. When it's done cooking, you strain it. My home style upgrade elevates it to a new level, so it's unique to her. There's no need for the hard work of labor-intense bone broth making. I partnered with the world's leading nutritional scientists to do the heavy lifting for you. So it's complex, it's weird, you don't know how to do it, but I did it for you with the top people in the world. We sourced the absolute best, top-tier ingredients so you don't need to run from store to store or even stand in line. We took the time to slow simmer the cage-free chicken, so it's just going super in-depth on this process to build up the perceived value and the perceived complexity of it, and seasoned it with mouth-watering aromatics like reishi mushrooms and turmeric. Okay, I'm not going to go through, this is really, okay.
Hey,
high quality.
I have a quick question. What is sort of the thought process behind a 30-minute in-feed VSL? Is it basically, I feel like, is it the market is so sophisticated that they need to have this long, or is it just a strategy that certain brands use or test?
That's a great question. Let me just finish doing the review.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're almost done, and then I'll get to that after, so we don't have to go back and forth. But that's a good question. All right, so we crafted the bone broth to be an on-the-go power food. You can literally put it in your purse, put it back pocket. Be discreet. You're sneaking some bone broth into the movie theater. Everyone don't have to know your business. Back to benefits, promises, testimonials. So I'm kind of going to go through a little bit faster here because we're pretty much getting to the end of it. This is just looping these benefits and this desire. I want to get to where she makes the offer. Energy boost. So again, energy boost, energized, radiant skin, restful sleep, boost metabolism. Another testimonial to back it all up. She's down 55 pounds. She started at 284. So now we begin the close. So I'm all about removing obstacles, making life easier. I made sure my team negotiated down the cost to as little as possible. And even though a 3-week supply of this liquid gold is valued at $400, to make it easier for you, we're going to eat into our profits and give our generous savings of 50%. So price anchors at $400 and we're going to drop it down. $178 will get you everything you need for 3 whole weeks. Click the button below and experience for yourself how much better life can be. Twice a day, enjoy all the benefits. And for any order made today, throw in an incredible free thank you gift, her e-course, okay? I was miserable before, I'm so much happier now. I wouldn't drink that stuff, so this is talking bone broths. Don't measure up. Just read their ingredients, because imitations are everywhere. It's tons of sodium, MSG, nasty chemicals. I would never drink it or recommend it. So it's telling you, don't go anywhere else. This is the only one. It's not bone broth that works, it's my bone broth. This is important to do when you're selling some kind of commoditized product and you don't want them to go to Amazon or go somewhere else. I rely on premium foods, urgency, scarcity. It's in high demand. We're trying to keep it in stock. You need to hurry or else you're going to be disappointed. So if you don't want to be stuck waiting, order now. You'll get my top shelf bone broth, etc., etc. Go try it. Go for it, try it. You have nothing to lose but the weight. There's nothing to wait. I feel incredibly blessed. I'm losing 10 pounds a month. Another testimonial. 7 months into this, 8 months into this, and she's losing 10 pounds a month. It's so amazing to be able to tell someone with confidence that it will work for them. That's how I first heard about Kristen. She was sharing her story on our Everyday DKA Everyday Facebook page, Dr. Kellyanne Everyday Facebook page. I now know it's all within my power. I have the knowledge and the tools. So now it's ending on a very positive note. It's putting it on the viewer. So It's the negative, the positive story, and now we're going to put it all on you. It'll work for you. You have no risk. You can buy now. You need to hurry. It's all on the viewer. That is how we turned, I remember I said we channeled the desire onto the product, onto the action, the direct response we're looking for. This is how we do it. We turn it onto the viewer during the close. This is why your close is so important. You need to have one, no matter if it's short or long. You need to have some type of close, because without that, you don't channel it. It's just a compelling message. You took them on an emotional journey, but you're not going to get that action without a close. Kristen lost 100 pounds on her own using bone broth and finding support in the community. She read so much in the Facebook group. She even gives you her email to give a little bit of reassurance. And then there's a final, powerful, closing emotional sentence. Many times people, they get stuck. And you're a person who refuses to be stuck. So notice, we never said you up until the close. Now it's all about you. Before it was about these other women, Dr. Kelly, and now it's all about you. You're a person who refuses to be stuck. I can tell. You're here, aren't you? I'm giving you the wind. You need to fly. Seize this moment. It's your turn. Like, let's get it done. You got this. Here's my big Italian kiss, Gabella. And that, my friends, is the end of this extraordinary roller coaster of a journey. So that is so funny. I hope you guys enjoyed that. So that's an amazing VSL. This is like top level copy. These people are super, super fucking good at what they do. This offer's probably done 9 figures. It's been around for years. They're doing probably 7 figures a month. And they're crushing it, and it's because this copy is just so good. I mean, the product is unique and the mechanisms are cool, like it's bone broth for weight loss, but this copy is insane. You can see when I break down this VSL compared to, like, you know, some e-commerce dropshipping product, it's a different world. This is like the what is it called? The MLB, the NBA. This is like the world superstar level of VSLs. So now I'll do the questions and answers. I'll start with Stefan's question. Why a 30-minute VSL? And why is it so intricate and so complex and so deep? Because it's a very sophisticated market. There would be no way to sell this product to cold traffic with just a short ad or a UGC or something like that. There's just not enough convincing done there. If you want to do a direct response where you're cold traffic profitable, you need to be able to convert people from cold traffic for weight loss, which is like the hardest thing to do. So yeah, she needs this whole journey I just described. They need to take the customer on this entire journey to get them to buy, to make this profitable. Whereas in e-commerce, it's not as sophisticated, right? So I can go on cold traffic with my 5-minute VSL with simple mechanisms and a simple story and get them to convert. It would never work in this market. You'd be extremely unprofitable. So the short answer is yes. It's because the market is very aware, very sophisticated, and it takes a lot to get them to convert.